I'm doing a follow-up video from my first ever YouTube video that I posted, which was me doing the Amgevita injection to help put anyone's mind at ease and show that it's pain-free. I am now in remission. I was flaring for a year, and July 2019 I was told I was in remission. It's now February 2020 and I'm in remission because of Amgevita. So I just wanted to kind of do another injection video to show nothing's changed, it's still pain-free for me, and yeah, just talk about my experience with it, because after using this medication for a year now, I've become used to my own routine and things to expect, and there's been a few times where I've kind of thought, oh, what's going on here, is something wrong? So just wanted to really go over that in this video. I was super surprised and really happy at the amount of views that this video had received, as well as the comments and messages I've received as well to say thank you for putting people's minds at ease. As I know, there's been a huge shift from Humira for a lot of people in the UK to biosimilars such as Amgevita, so there wasn't too much information online. So yeah, I will do another injection video on this clip, but before I get to that, I just want to go over some pointers really. So personally, I will do my injection on a Friday. At first, when I started this medication, I was in a job that I had to work every other Saturday, but it wasn't a job that required a lot of physical activity. I was at a desk, so I could kind of afford to feel a bit groggy. I did feel very groggy at first. I would say for the first 2 or 3 months while my body adjusted to the new injection. But now I can kind of, yeah, just go on as normal with my day, providing that I've took precautions, which for me is this. Now, to put it into perspective, I do have a small head, but still, yeah, this is 2 litres in one bottle. I got this from Amazon and it's been like my holy grail. So I will make sure that I drink this every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, there are so many days that I just don't do that, but I'm getting better and better and better, and you know, the days that I don't drink water are a bit more far and few between, like, to this extent. On a Friday, I will do 2 of these, so that's 4 litres. I know it's excessive, but it helps me. I feel like the hangover sensation the next day is very much me feeling dehydrated, and this definitely combats that. I will then ensure that I'm drinking, again, the day after injection, at least 2. I'm trying to go with 4. That's still a work in progress after a year. But yeah, this has been like amazing. It's got a straw in there as well. So yeah, I don't have to think about it. Once it's filled up, I just sip away at this. And with the straw, I feel like it just helps it go down a lot quicker without really having to think about it. So yeah, this is my absolute go-to ever since starting Amgevita. Now, what I would say is try not to kind of panic if one injection doesn't behave like the previous. I have, and I've been in contact with my nurse. It's very much normal with injections. So sometimes I've bled, sometimes I haven't. Sometimes I'll have a bruise the next day, sometimes that bruise will develop a week later. I've had the odd few occasions as well where I have done the injection, then the injection site does become a bit bumpy or red. When this happened, my instant thought was, oh right, I'm now building up a tolerance, I'm now becoming allergic to this, now what? It was just a case of, I've took an antihistamine and it went down, and touch wood that it's been fine since. So obviously always be cautious and always look out for any changes in your injection, but at the same time don't jump to worst case scenario, which I think is something people with chronic illnesses do, because a lot of the time, going off our own experience, worst case scenario is what's happening. So I totally understand that thought process, but do try to be a little bit clear-headed and see past the panic, because from my experience I've had rashes, and I've also had blood on the site and bruises, but when I take a look back from the year, it's been really few and far between. I would also just kind of say as well to, if you can, take it easy when you're first starting the injections, just because at the end of the day it is a strong drug, it is suppressing your immune system, so it will take adjusting to. Nothing dramatic from my perspective, it was just that, tiredness, that feeling of heaviness, so just kind of take that time to get used to it. I used to always have that Friday evening as a time to just chill, read a book after I've had a bath, and it ended up being something that I'd look forward to when I used to get a little bit worked up at the beginning. I have started to just take my injection out. That's my cat. He might just ruin this video, who knows. My injection I started to take out of the fridge the night before. Your injection, it's fine once it's out of the fridge up until 14 days, so just make sure you use it within 14 days. But I just feel like sometimes when you take it out 15 minutes, it might not just be enough time, and it does sting a little bit when you take it out of the fridge and you've not left it long enough. So I just take it out the night before now, and it's just ready whenever then. What else? When you're not feeling well, that is a downside, I guess, to this. I have experienced having a cold longer than normal, feeling run down a little bit, but that is something that I see as just one of those things. It's kind of weighing up remission or feeling not too great sometimes, and for me remission is the overriding factor. I would say I'm used to it because of azathioprine. I used to be on azathioprine for 5 years, so I'm very much used to having a suppressed immune system. I have noticed in comparison to azathioprine, my immune system is a bit more worse. That's probably not grammatically correct, but it's not as great as it was on azathioprine. My cat's paw just... Okay. I know I'm waffling, but I'm trying to cover as many things as I can of people who have popped up to me asking for advice. I don't have any dietary kind of, advice there or requirements. It's very personal, and your journey with Amgevita will be different to you as it is different to me. When I first started doing Amgevita, I would go to McDonald's straight away because I love McDonald's, so I was kind of trying to associate it with something happy for me, happy meal. But I don't kind of do anything different other than making sure that I'm super hydrated, and that's what I would recommend. So that's pretty much it, I think. Travelling, obviously with my account, it's very much focused on travelling with inflammatory bowel diseases. I have ulcerative colitis, and it's coming up to 10 years of having ulcerative colitis. Working in the travel industry, I do travel a lot. My previous job I had to travel for work. Now I'm very much more stationed, but I do have that bug of travelling, and I want to continue to see the world. And I've been able to do that without having to think about that because of Frio wallets. Frio have the most gorgeous designs, and their wallets are kind of a gel pack, so you activate that by running it under cold water. You just massage the crystals, and it will keep your injections at the room temperature. It won't allow it to go above room temperature for 72 hours. Now, using Frio for me has been a godsend because I've had to travel transatlantic with these injections, and instead of having to kind of reshift my injection day, I don't have to, because I just pop it in the wallet and take it with me and just have the injection as normal. I don't have to worry about it exceeding a certain temperature, knowing the Frio keeps it at the right temperature. So with the injections, travelling with them, it's been really easy. My provider is Healthcare at Home. I just asked them for a medical letter, explain my circumstances, so they've given me a letter to show customs. I'm yet to have to actually, you know, produce it to whoever's on security, but still always bring it with me. I just let the security people know that I'm travelling with this, so when they put it through the security belt, they just put it in its own separate box. It's been totally fine. Probably added an extra 30 seconds to my journey when I'm travelling through the airport. My injections, I did start off as 2 weeks. I'm now bi-weekly. I don't know why I said that. My injections, I started off as bi-weekly. I now go to weekly. I found that bi-weekly, I was kind of, it saw me over, but I was on steroids, and when I reduced my steroids, I would start to be symptomatic again. So my IBD team came to the conclusion that, you know, to trial weekly, and that's what put me in remission, having the weekly injections at 40 milligram. And that's what I'm continuing with. I do get monitored, so I have a telephone appointment, which is super convenient. It just kind of helps not to feel that you have a chronic illness when you don't have to be at hospital all the time. So yeah, I have a telephone appointment just to check in really, and I just send in blood work goes to the GP near me, and that goes to the hospital for my IBD team to review. So yeah, hopefully this will continue to be my treatment plan. It may be that down the line I will go back to bi-weekly and see how that goes, but I've had the reassurance that if things do deteriorate, if I go bi-weekly, they will put me straight onto weekly. So all in all, I have had kind of a positive experience with Amgevita. So I'll do a quick demonstration of how I do this injection. The injection, I used to alternate between thighs. Now I'll alternate between thighs, stomach, just kind of where I am, depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I wouldn't kind of preference one over the other. It's just how I feel on the day. The Sharps box has got full twice now, I think. Twice? Probably a bit more actually. I just take it to my pharmacy and they dispose of the injections for me. So yeah, I always hand gel before I do my injection. And just as a recap, we make sure that the expiry date is within range. I think the lighting is not too great, but it is, rest assured. And there's also this, you can see the liquid, just make sure that this is clear and there's no cracks. Excuse me. And I will also, just make sure it's the right temperature. But as I said, I've already taken this out the night before, so that's something that I don't need to worry about right now. And yeah, so I take off the safety cap. And let me try and do this bit. I just pinch the skin, pop it down and release. And once it clicks, I just leave it there just to be super sure. And voila, pop it in. So I am bleeding a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. There. So I'm just gonna let that go for a little minute. I also have these really amazing plasters. The size of them are really convenient and they just go straight onto the injection site. So yeah, that's that really. I think I've covered everything. I hope people see this and just don't panic. It's an amazing drug and it's got me in remission, and I hope it gets you in remission too. If you do want to contact me, I'm most active on Instagram, so chronically travelled. You can just drop me a message on there and I will get back to you. Bear in mind I work evenings, so I'm on a different wavelength to most people in the UK. But yeah, so that's everything, and have a good day. I don't know.